At the last Internationale.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, good. So how's your day been so far?
It's been awesome. We had an early set.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It felt really good. Then the sun was shining when we played, so.
Good. That's what you want when you play a festival, especially over here.
Yeah.
Now, COVID hit a couple of years ago. You had an album out at the same time. Tell us about what happened when the lockdown and the quarantining happened, and what effect that had on you guys.
Well, I think a lot of people, we kind of rebooted and reevaluated our lives and all that stuff. I don't know. We wrote an album. We did a live album, so we did a lot of recording during that.
Yeah.
A lot of writing and recording and learning new instruments. I learned synthesizers.
Okay. Yeah.
Mandolin.
Mandolin. So I started learning different frequencies of sound and going into that whole world of how to make music different ways.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Changed us in a lot of ways, though.
Yeah.
I think it changed the whole world.
It did. Yeah.
How about, did it have an effect on you?
Well, luckily I work remotely, so I work for myself. So actually,
So wait, that's great.
The only
My
thing
man, that's the way to be, bro.
The only thing that did change for me was not being able to do in-person interviews. It was now all over the phone,
And
all
us
over
not
Zoom,
in-person shows and all that.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah. So it affected me in the same way, but not as much as it probably would have affected you guys. But
Financially, it did.
yeah.
It hit everybody, I think.
I
really.
think so, yeah.
But lockdown, I think it made us closer with our fan base because we got to do a lot of live streams.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like we're in this together, we're their band, they're rooting for us. They saw us do this awesome headlining European tour that got cut short. We had to go home. It was kind of depressing, and they just wanted to show all the support they possibly could. And so we did a bunch of live streams throughout, the entire time throughout lockdown. And it's almost like a reset. It's a spiritual reset, if you will. And we learned a lot because we were writing music, we were listening to podcasts and reading more than ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But I feel bad for the people who got hit the worst, though, economically.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
People lost jobs and all things like that. So we're glad that we're still able to do what we all enjoy.
Yeah.
Now, writing and recording, especially in COVID, how much of a change was it, and how much did you have to get used to kind of the changes behind that?
For us, shutting out everything was the easy part. I know a lot of people had trouble with that, not being able to see family, but we were already away from everyone. And we were kind of living like hermits before we toured. We were we shut ourselves out and recorded. So that part was easy. And
Amen.
yeah.
That's the easiest part of lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people had a lot of trouble with that, mentally.
Yeah.
Be able to be alone with yourself. That's something it's really easy for me.
Yeah,
I
me
can
too.
I can sit alone, not get bored because
She's
so many things in your mind.
She's not afraid of her thoughts. Yeah. But we're in a privileged situation where we can survive a lockdown. As a band, there's a lot of support that people have been giving us. We can entertain through social media and all that stuff, and people pay tickets to see us and all that. But there's a lot of people throughout lockdown that were having trouble just putting food on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that made it hard. We did fundraisers online too for farm workers and displaced people or immigrant workers in Spain, for example. And so for me, that was the hard part, seeing how there's so much suffering happening in the world, even more so. And you kind of feel helpless to do anything about it, but you do whatever little you could.
Yeah.
And it was in the songwriting too.
Yeah.
You could talk about that, but.
Yeah, good. And obviously, we're now back to it, and things are going kind of swimmingly well now.
We're not real. We're kind of back to it.
Yeah.
Everybody's slow. You notice that?
Yes.
Everybody's slow, bro.
Either they got in there first, and they just did it straight away, or it's a slow build.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are people slow or people lazy? What's happening? You try to give people business. Hey, I want to press records with you. I want to do that. I want to hire you for this. Or we're looking for a trumpet player. Do you want to play? Are people just slow? Or are they just fucking lazy, man? What's up? Do you experience that or no?
Sometimes, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I do.
Get someone
Which
to
one
respond
it
to
is?
an email to give them business. It's like pulling teeth.
I know what you
want
mean.
my money, bro.
Yeah.
Did you have that experience?
It's like me asking bands for interviews.
Yeah.
Some are really responsive and say yes, like you guys. You would like, yes, we want to do it.
Yeah.
Or you get a management that you email and they don't respond.
Nothing.
But they're the smallest band in the world.
Yeah. It benefits them.
They're like nobodies at the moment, so they need to do the press.
No one works harder than Delilah Paz, I'll tell you that much. She works all night. She hasn't slept in like 3 days because she's always working. You know,
gotta work.
if you're in the bus, you're doing something. You're doing emails. We're on a flight. I'll be working on pictures, or I'll be harassing our tour manager for our pictures. Should be writing songs.
Yeah, good. And thinking of keeping busy, obviously people will want to come and see you live. So once you finish here, where can people come and see you next?
Well, we're back in the UK at Hyde Park. I don't know if we can talk about other festivals.
Yeah. Go for it. I don't mind.
Pearl Jam.
Yeah, Pearl Jam's Day, and then we're doing some shows with Kiss.
Yeah.
In Europe, and Deep Purple in Italy, and some other festivals, Hellfest.
Yeah.
So we'll be around the festival.
Rock Wurch Turf, we're pronouncing it right. We just opened for Guns N' Roses, which is pretty cool in Lisbon.
But you've opened for big names kind of throughout the years, like The Who as well, back in like 2015 and that. So what's it like when a big name like some of the ones you've just listed off come to you and go, we want you on our lineup? How does that feel?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
And then, I mean, everything is like, it's interesting when you're opening for a huge band. Like we just did Kiss. That was the first one a few days ago.
Yeah.
And these are a lot of the fans have been fans of theirs for like
yes.
40, I don't know how many years, 40 years.
Long year, yeah. Long time.
And you can feel it, and there's like an energy in there. So like, I think it's like, for me, it's super exciting to do something unknown like that, like to jump, like pull, like you pull something out of yourself every night, like that's different, and like even trying to like push yourself, and it's interesting. Like festivals, there's people coming that kind of like are more into like want to hear new bands, but like when you're opening for a big artist, it's like that's their fans. Usually, you might have a few fans in the crowd too, but there's mostly just their fans. So
but
you're trying to get them.
What about that the Guns? I wish someone took a picture of this, but for the Guns N' Roses show, there was a sign, and someone was holding up a sign in the front. They were wearing one of our shirts, and it said, "TLI will soon rock the world." When I see stuff like that, it makes all the hard work and the sacrifices we've made, and there's been many sacrifices, it makes it all worth it.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
And that's what, Delilah, I know you love that, because it's like an acknowledgement that all the hard work and everything is actually paying off. We've been steadily growing, like every year. It's we never regress or go back creatively, and with growing an audience too. So it's an awesome journey. It's a hard journey in the sense that there's a lot of work to put into it, which we welcome. We're not lazy, you know what I'm saying? But it's a relief, especially like the Kiss show. We were walking on, and you heard a thunderous roar. They thought we were Kiss at first. Like, the lights went down. I'm like, I'll take that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Take that energy in, you know what I'm saying, before they realize it's not Kiss.
They were just bored. They wanted to see some live music, didn't they?
They thought we were Kiss. They didn't know. I don't know if they knew there was an open act, but you could tell everyone was just bugging out. But by the end of the show, she had everybody singing along, so that was cool.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well,
rocked it. No.
guys, it's been a pleasure
thank you.
having a chat with you.
Yeah, man, it was definitely a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.